From action stars refusing to work together to actors shutting down scenes over safety, romance, and even baseball rivalries, these Hollywood moments got way more dramatic behind the scenes. Here are the real reasons some of the biggest actors completely refused to film certain scenes. Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel's feud reportedly became so intense during the Fate of the Furious that the two stars completely refused to film scenes together. The conflict exploded after Johnson posted a furious message online calling some male co-stars candy asses, and reports quickly pointed toward Diesel. Behind the scenes, tensions allegedly grew over filmmaking decisions and clashing work philosophies, making production difficult enough that some scenes reportedly became impossible to shoot normally. Johnson later confirmed that he and Diesel never actually appeared together during filming. Instead, their shared moments in the finished movie were created through editing tricks and post-production, making it look like the two action stars were side by side when they really weren't. Denzel Washington reportedly had romantic scenes removed from the Pelican Brief because he did not want the movie to include an on-screen kiss with Julia Roberts. Throughout the thriller, the two characters grow increasingly close, leading many viewers to expect a romance between them. But according to Roberts, Washington himself pushed to remove the kissing scenes from the script before filming happened. Washington later explained that his decision was connected to concerns about alienating his core audience, which he described as largely black women. He reportedly became more cautious about interracial romance scenes after reactions during test screenings for an earlier film, leading him to avoid similar moments in later projects. Jim Carrey refused to film Dumb and Dumber's original ending because he believed it made Lloyd too smart. The final scene famously shows Lloyd and Harry turning down an offer to join a bus full of bikini-clad women traveling across the country, completely missing the obvious opportunity. But the original script reportedly had the two friends happily climbing aboard the bus for a feel-good ending. Studio executives preferred that version because they thought audiences would enjoy seeing the characters finally succeed. Carrey strongly disagreed and insisted Lloyd was too clueless to recognize the opportunity. He reportedly flat-out refused to step onto the bus, forcing the movie to keep the much dumber ending instead. Ben Affleck reportedly shut down production on Gone Girl because he refused to wear a New York Yankees cap. Director David Fincher wanted Affleck's character to blend into an airport crowd by wearing the famous baseball hat during one scene. But Affleck, a lifelong Boston Red Sox fan from Massachusetts, absolutely would not do it. He reportedly told Fincher he would do almost anything for the movie except wear Yankees gear because he believed it would become a huge talking point. The disagreement became serious enough that production allegedly paused for several days while they worked out a compromise, all over a single baseball cap. Sean Connery was fearless as James Bond until producers dropped him into a pool full of real sharks. During filming for Thunderball, Connery had to shoot underwater scenes surrounded by live sharks alongside stunt performers and other actors. He reportedly hated the idea and only agreed after demanding a plexiglass barrier for protection. But once filming started, there wasn't enough plexiglass to fully block the sharks from reaching him. After the animals got dangerously close, Connery quickly exited the water and refused to continue filming in the pool. The terrifying experience reportedly stuck with him for years and even made him nervous about later underwater shark scenes in Never Say Never Again. Gal Gadot reportedly refused to film an awkward Justice League scene because she felt it unnecessarily sexualized Wonder Woman. During Joss Whedon's reshoots for the movie, one comedy moment reportedly involved Ezra Miller's Flash falling onto Wonder Woman in a way that many viewers later found uncomfortable. According to online rumors mentioned afterward, Gadot objected to the scene because she believed it did not fit the character or the tone of the film. Reports claimed she refused to shoot it herself, which allegedly led to the sequence being completed with a stunt double instead. Viewers later pointed out that Wonder Woman's face is difficult to clearly see during the moment in question. Jim Caviezel became known in Hollywood for refusing to film explicit love scenes, even when starring opposite major actors like Jennifer Lopez. During production on Angel Eyes, Caviezel reportedly would not perform a romantic scene unless Lopez stayed clothed. He later took similar precautions while filming The Count of Monte Cristo, refusing to shoot an intimate scene unless something physically separated him from co-star Dagmara Dominček. To make the scene work, Dominček reportedly created makeshift coverings from flesh-colored underwear. Caviezel explained that his refusal to film explicit scenes came from his Catholic faith and his commitment to respecting his marriage, even if it made things awkward on set. Jessica Alba refused to keep filming Into the Blue when production wanted her swimming near a real tiger shark. The action movie already featured dangerous underwater sequences around the Bahamas, but filmmakers reportedly wanted extra realism by placing Alba in the water close to a live shark, separated only by a cage. Alba was not comfortable with the setup and feared for her safety during the scene. Instead of going through with it, she pushed back against the idea and ultimately refused to film alongside the animal. Rather than stay in the water, Alba reportedly chose to head back to shore, forcing the production to move forward without the risky shark sequence they originally planned. Isla Fisher became one of the funniest parts of Wedding Crashers, but behind the scenes, she refused to film several of the movie's wildest moments herself. Fisher had a strict no-nudity stance and used multiple body doubles throughout the film to avoid doing revealing scenes personally. One double handled the under-the-table moment, another appeared during the famous boob-in-the-face gag, and even a butt double was brought in. The situation created a strange balancing act during filming, because Fisher believed audiences would stop seeing Gloria as funny once the character became too sexualized. To counter that, she pushed Gloria's personality even further into chaotic and over-the-top territory.